Good evening and welcome to the Town of Buxton's Selectmen Meeting for June 25th, 2025. I'll call this meeting to order at 7 o'clock. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of prior meeting minutes for June 18th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. Discussions held between 4 and 7. At 4 o'clock, Kevin Roach came in from Eagle, Maine. We signed the contracts. Greg, the transfer station, manager was there. We talked about a few questions that we had, some issues, or non-issues really, and we're just trying to get ready so that July 1st it'll be a smooth transition. At 5:30, Shelby St. Louis came in. She's our new tax collector. She was drafting a letter to go into tax bills next month or the month after, whenever they go out. And she just was giving us a copy of it to see if it was okay, and she did a very nice job. At 6 o'clock, CEO Patty McKenna came in. We had a discussion about, we've had a couple come in a couple times about a generator being run, and she had talked to the lawyers to see how much it would cost to take that person to court, and it would take a couple months to even get to court, and to get to court, it would probably cost us $6,000 to $10,000. It may have remedied itself. The generator blew up, so they don't have a generator, so at this point, we don't have a problem. At 6:30, Bill Hall, our treasurer, came in, and he was just talking with us about, he has quite a bit of work to do before the first of the month with the new budgets and pay raises and insurance and all the things that are changing. So he's going to be spending a little extra time here trying to get everything ready so that July 1st, everything will be a smooth transition. And that's pretty much it. Projects and issues. Tom.
I don't have a lot to report this week.
Frank.
Nothing for me. I was out of town all week.
Chad.
Yes. So I had some conversations with our fire chief and also our assistant fire chief. With the assistant fire chief, it was in regards to that generator issue that resolved itself 24 hours after the last meeting. And about that, I've also been in touch with the fire chief. They've been working really hard. Yesterday there was that little microburst, I guess you'd call it, that went through town, and that created a couple small fires. Today they responded mutual aid over in Hollis for a dumpster fire that spontaneously started, and but it's awful for them working out in those temperatures with all that gear on. But they did a great job. Also spoke to a code enforcement officer, again relating to that generator issue that potentially temporarily has resolved itself. So that's about it.
Nothing to report this week.
I have talked to the fire chief a little bit, and pretty quiet week. Old business?
No.
New business, we have a new employee. we'll be doing executive order for her in a minute, but her name is Donna Marie Buckley. Her position is Selectman Assistant and AP Clerk. And we're happy that she started Monday, and we'll go from there. Executive orders. Executive order 24250606, in order to approve changes to the Town of Buxton personnel policy in Article 1, 7, 7A,
12A,
12A,
13B,
13B, that's 15,
14,
14, and
26.
26.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. Executive Order 24250614, an order approving 6 hours of vacation leave for Hunter Cox.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. Executive Order 24250615, in order to approve the hiring of Donna Marie Buckley to the position of Selectman Assistant, AP Clerk, at a rate of $28, effective June 23rd, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. Executive Order 24250616, in order to approve John Myers to attend New England Mutual Clerks Institution and Academy on July 11th through the 18th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. Any executive orders by initiative?
No.
Accounts payable and payroll warrant. Executive Order 24250617, in order approving expenditures documented in payroll warrant 104.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5, and that amount is $110,685.04. Executive Order 24250618, in order approving expenditures as documented in accounts payable 105.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. And that amount is $63,148.16. Next meeting of the boards. The next selectmen meeting will be Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. The next planning board meeting will be held Monday, July 14th, 2025 at 7 p.m., and that is a tentative date. Other business?
I think that about covers it.
Public questions and comments?
Hi, Ellen Dakotas. At a select board meeting before the election, the contract with EcoMaine was discussed, and the board members, I don't know exact vote, but it was agreed that the contract would be put on the website, the town website. Is that going to happen?
We can put it on the website. I don't see why not.
Is it on there now?
Website yet, Hunter? No. We can put it there.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Deb Bickford. I did notice that the town meeting was recorded and it's on YouTube so people can see it. I wanted to know whether or not the way the voting went the rest of that day, is that in a written form so that people can know that? Or would they have to watch the entire video to know what was voted in and what wasn't?
They'd have to watch the meeting. We don't document that.
Okay,
Are you sure?
I don't
Because
believe.
John was taking notes on who first and seconded All the motions.
Yeah, because I had to keep mentioning to John a couple times if he couldn't see who was seconding and such, and you might want to talk to John
Now,
Myers.
talk to John.
Double
Okay.
check.
Yeah, and it was less about who seconded it, it was less about that and more like what was voted in and what wasn't.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if when he was recording that information, if he wrote pass or fail
Okay.
with that documentation.
I'm trying to think, though, to summarize it, I don't know, did anything fail?
No,
I
the
don't
whole
believe
budget
it.
passed.
No, everything passed.
Everything passed?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have sort of a zoning question, sort of related to the generator issue. Along with the zoning ordinance, are there stated, I don't want to use the word punishment, are there stated consequences for breaking some sort of ordinance? And are they stepped consequences? Because there's another issue that I'm going to bring up at some point, but not tonight. In other words, if it says in the ordinance that you're not supposed to have something running at a certain time of day, or the decibels are too high, are there, because it just seems like it was such a struggle, and there must be other ordinances. Are there consequences for breaking an ordinance?
I think
Are
it
they
would-
written down with the zone code?
I think to answer that, Deb, I think a lot of it depends on the specific ordinance.
correct.
Right.
What it is, what the consequences could be.
And is that with the zone ordinance? Is it
Yeah.
like written with it?
Yeah,
No, punishments aren't usually written with it.
Okay.
They usually come from the court.
That's right. If they violate the ordinance,
Yeah,
what Patty would do is she petition the court to see if they would go forward with the violation, and if they go forward with the violation, then the court will decide what the punishment is.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, because there's another issue that I'm not bringing up tonight. If somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to do on town property or breaks his own ordinance or whatever, there's not like a $50 fine first occurrence, $250 fine second occurrence. There's nothing like that.
No, but I don't know, I have no idea what you're alluding to, but some things such as like businesses with conditional use permits have gone through the planning board, and again, not anything to do with us here, but they're subject to the ordinances as well as conditions of their permit. So like, say a business isn't supposed to start before a certain time and they do,
Yeah.
then that's a little bit different than violating a noise ordinance.
Is that normal for a town or a municipality not to have some sort of a consequence for a zone? I mean, that was kind of a struggle, the man coming up here and
Yeah.
speaking. It was very hard, and I kept wondering, well, I wonder if there's some sort of consequence, and why wouldn't there be? I don't know, I just wondered if it was written down, but you're saying no.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, thanks.
Everybody in Buxton follows the law, so they don't have to get fined.
yeah, we've
Say that
never,
again?
we've never had a violation in this town, so.
Of anything?
If anything,
Because
so-
everybody
Okay.
does as they were supposed to do,
Yeah, okay.
happily.
I'll bring up the other thing another time.
Anybody else?
You come in and joining us for the first time, you gotta come up and at least say hi.
Thank you very much. We're very interested in listening to you and cooling off.
Okay, any executive session afterwards?
No.
Then I will call for adjournment at 7:15.
So moved.
So moved.
All in favor? That's 5. Have a safe week.